I mean, it's not that scary. But it would be cool if carriers had, you know, like torpedo jamming systems that spun the torpedoes around or made them sink in the water randomly. That would be hilarious. The white line is fine, but the damage isn't really there. It's a submarine. It's not a high damage weapon. It's a high stealth, low damage destroyer that has a personal, basically a personal smoke, but in this case, it's a personal cloak because it goes under the water. That's what it is.
Battle starts.
If you think about destroyers, I mean, the IJN torpedo boat line it's a torp line. Some people like the European torpedo boat line as a, or European destroyer line as a torpedo line, but I disagree that it's a torp line. And then, for the most part, you have just varying levels of gunboat. More capability, more larger detection circles, bigger guns, better guns, whatever guns, longer range guns, more accurate guns, floaty guns. It's all for different versions of guns. It's not about torpedo play. So then theoretically, what's the next iteration of torpedo play? We have fast torps that don't do damage, or do low damage, that's European DDs. You got slow torps that do a lot of damage, that's IJN torpedoes. You have medium damage torpedoes, that's kind of like US torpedoes. And then it's just kind of, there's nothing. So if you like torpedo play, you can play subs, which are, that is what they do. They use torpedoes and stealth. So they might have, I mean, think about what could they do to vary it? Because, all right, so they're going to have the US submarine, they're going to have the German sub. German has more dive time, I think it's a little more maneuverable. It reloads torps faster for kind of like alpha strike stuff. The US torpedoes reload slower for more like consistent long range harass sort of stuff. All right, cool. You know, they have their gimmick, they've got their thing. So inevitably there's going to be a Japanese submarine line. Inevitably there's going to be a Russian sub line. There's going to be subs for all this shit because there just will be. So what are the other subs going to do? Well, one of them, almost inevitably, is going to hit like nuclear torpedo death squad, where the amount of damage that it does is just extreme. Because that's what's going to happen. So maybe you don't have to get the double ping to still have just a really strong amount of raw damage.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
He shoots real soon. Right? Whatever, guess he's done. Now he shot. Cool.
Enemy battleship sighted.
Torpedoes to starboard. Torpedoes to starboard.
Smoke cut me off there.
Enemy destroyer sighted.
Who am I spotted by? Something. What about IJN submarine? I'm not saying that there's an unannounced IJN submarine. I'm not saying like there's secret cool tips and tricks and shit I have. I'm not. But I'm saying that eventually they're gonna make additional stuff. Why? Because you have to make more content for the game. There's a point where you run out of cruisers. There's just nothing else to do. There's a point where you run out of battleships. There's just nothing else to do. So you gotta keep it fresh somehow, and if adding subs happens to be that somehow, well then that's what they're gonna do, And inevitably, you're going to have subs that are generic. You're going to have subs that are high damage. You're going to have subs that are high stealth. Subs that are high maneuverability. Subs. It's just, that's how it's going to be. That's just how the content process works for games.
Concentrate fire on the
Well, they've already announced, I mean, they've already announced that Soviet CVs are a thing, so that's gonna happen. You got really lucky with fires. And then you've got, didn't we have a DD over here?
Team has taken the lead.
Or did he die? I guess he died. Then there's what, the Bayern or whatever, which is a French CV. That one has like some fighter gimmick or whatever, where it's got shitloads of fighters on it. So air control CV. I mean, cool. But again, like eventually you exhaust all the resources of the shit that you're doing, and you got to come up with something new. So. Get hurt back here.
Requesting assistance.
Super lucky with the fires. Sure. One bomb. I mean,
astern.
outside of just like rushing the Z-23, I don't know what the hell I would be expected to somehow make this work at. There's some people who want games to not change ever. Well, you know, there's a saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, it's not like it's a revelation or a new concept. It's just, the problem with a free-to-play game is, if the game doesn't innovate, the game dies. That's just the truth of it. If the game doesn't come up with new, then the game dies. It doesn't go deeper than that. That's as basic and fundamental a rule as it comes. So,
Engine boost activated.
if you're stuck in a situation where you have to come up with new shit, then that's the thing. I mean, every time you get a new player, there's all this content that they can chew through. There's all the lines they can learn. There's all the mechanics they can figure out. There's all kinds of stuff, and that's great. But
Torpedoes, direct front.
it's one rack. There's the other rack.
Torpedoes, direct front.
We don't have hydro though, so. Well, he left the area. He's over here. Pleased to meet you. Won't you say my name? Woo-woo. Oh yeah. I've been looking for you. You play my game.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
I don't think he torped us. You're done with the cap, so. Pleased to meet you. Been super lucky with fires. Holy shit. Watch him just keep reversing. But I figured he'd probably be like, what? Planes? And hard accelerate and stuff, right? Got a fire. There's more fires. And it burns, burns, burns. The ship's on fire. The ship's on fire. I don't know, maybe we're okay. Yeah, the fire chant's pretty stupid on this one. Not gonna lie. Maybe it's a non-fire prevention Vlad or something. 7 seconds. We have a lot of health, but we don't have a DD. Which is kind of a problem. Ooh, how bad does this go? I think you fired after we went dark. Not that that didn't hurt, because it's a battleship.
All forces, capture that area.
I mean, he has to pressure the cap, right? There's not a choice here. Sadly, we will get detected.
Engine boost activated.
Jesus. He puts that one out. No shit. Probably get murdered by the key here. Oh! Alright, well. Can't pass that shit up. I think the key actually fired, so... I think we get to do this.
Enemy battleship foundered.
What? An arson? You don't say.
Our victory is in sight.
Come on, bombs, do something. Do something. Alright, so the kid is in A. I mean...
I need help.
Acknowledged.
Like, I realize you probably want to fight the kid alone, but... you probably don't want to fight the kid alone, right? Maybe I can just reset the shit out of him? Maybe that's what I can do?
Engine boost deactivated.
Good. We get resets there. Oh, let me count the ways that I'm excited for this shit. This key does not give a fuck about me, and I'm not talking about the enemy one. Holy shit! I bombed something! And it did something! Yeah! No cap for you. Oh, he has torps. Right. Fuck you, buddy.
The ship is on fire.
I don't think you lived through this, dude.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Our team has taken the lead. Problem solved, sir.
Sconce, do you build any of your ships full AA build? Is it worth it? While the rework has been free, I always try, and honestly seems commander skills on AA are not worth it. Depends on what you're using. I don't think it's a waste of points. It just depends on what you're trying to do. Because it's going to depend on the execution. So we win, because he can't double cap. I mean, even if he kills the BB, it's not going to be... It's not going to be enough. Cool. So I actually have, I have a video regarding that. Right, so that was the damage. I think there's another thing I have to do. Well, that one actually kind of worked out.